Welcome to Lit with Ernest, where we dive into the world of literature and explore its significance in our lives. Today, we're going to analyze Winston Churchill's iconic speech, "We shall fight on the beaches." This speech is a masterpiece of rhetoric, literature, and emotional resonance that has inspired generations with its message of hope and defiance. To understand the context of this speech, let's take a step back in time. It was June 1940, and World War II was raging across Europe. The British Expeditionary Force had just been evacuated from Dunkirk, and the threat of a German invasion loomed large. Churchill, who had become Prime Minister just a month earlier, needed to rally the British people and prepare them for the challenges ahead. Churchill's speech is rooted in the literary tradition of classical oratory, which emphasizes the use of persuasive language to inspire and motivate audiences. The speech is structured as a series of rhetorical devices, including metaphors, allusions, and repetition, which create a sense of urgency and determination. For example, Churchill's famous phrase, "We shall fight on the beaches," is a metaphor that conjures up images of bravery and sacrifice. One of the key literary concepts at play in this speech is the use of pathos, or emotional appeal. Churchill uses vivid imagery and powerful language to evoke emotions such as fear, courage, and patriotism in his audience. For instance, he describes the threat of German invasion as a dark and sinister force that must be resisted at all costs. This kind of language creates a sense of urgency and motivates the listener to take action. Another important literary device used in the speech is allusion. Churchill alludes to Britain's rich history and cultural heritage, invoking the spirits of past heroes and victories to inspire his audience. For example, he references the Battle of Waterloo, where British forces defeated Napoleon's army, to emphasize the idea that Britain has always emerged victorious in times of crisis. The speech also employs a range of literary techniques, including anaphora, epistrophe, and hyperbole. Anaphora, or repetition of a phrase at the beginning of successive clauses, is used to create a sense of rhythm and emphasis. For example, Churchill repeats the phrase, "We shall fight," throughout the speech to drive home his message. Epistrophe, or repetition of a phrase at the end of successive clauses, is used to create a sense of unity and cohesion. Hyperbole, or exaggeration, is used to emphasize the gravity of the situation and the importance of British resistance. Despite its literary merits, Churchill's speech has been subject to various criticisms and controversies over the years. Some have argued that it is too simplistic, too propagandistic, or even too nationalistic. However, I would argue that these criticisms miss the point of the speech. Churchill's goal was not to produce a nuanced or balanced analysis of the situation, but to inspire and motivate his audience in a time of crisis. The cultural impact of "We shall fight on the beaches" cannot be overstated. The speech has been referenced, parodied, and homaged countless times in popular culture, from films and TV shows to music and literature. It has inspired generations of leaders, politicians, and activists, and continues to be studied by scholars and students around the world. In conclusion, Churchill's "We shall fight on the beaches" is a masterpiece of rhetoric, literature, and emotional resonance that remains relevant and important today. Its literary significance lies in its use of persuasive language, rhetorical devices, and emotional appeal to inspire and motivate audiences. As we reflect on this speech, we are reminded of the power of language to shape our understanding of the world and ourselves, and to inspire us to take action in the face of adversity. Like this episode, if it hit true. Share it if you respect honest talk about books. Subscribe because we'll do this again. This is Ernest, signing off.